Hey everybody, so I am making today's video about key lime pie. So there's your evidence right there. So the first step to making key lime pie is to acquire some limes, and you're supposed to have key limes, but I use regular limes because key limes are too expensive. And who could tell the difference really? There's no Food Network chef here. What you're gonna do is you take your lime and you take all of its skin off, and then you rip it open and squeeze all of its juice out. It's all very civil and not weird at all. And as always, stay hydrated, folks. Yeah, I definitely won't trip and fall on that later. A special note for zesting. Do not zest the stickers because that will not have the desired effect of just being fiber. It will probably try and adhere to your insides and then slowly kill you, so don't do that. Also take note that zesting limes is very similar to chopping up almonds in that it takes about 20,000 million years, and you are going to want to never do this ever again. In case you're wondering what lime zest is, it's this stuff. I've come to the realization that I enjoy cooking things that slowly drive me insane. Maybe that says a little bit too much about my personality than I would care to reveal. Pro tip, if you've decided to make 2 different pies at the same time, also realize that having to zest 16 different limes is the worst decision you've made today. I'm not saying a lot. Why do I do this to myself? At last, my zest is done. Ha ha ha. Your next step, like I mentioned earlier, is going to be to cut these in half and squeeze the inner juice into some sort of container. Otherwise, that would just be kind of a waste of limes. Getting lime juice everywhere! Come to the realization that lime juice burns quite a bit when it gets in any cuts at all in your hands, and I have cuts all down the side of my hand. Continue juicing carefully this time. Burn. Ow! Log, who did not learn the first time that cooking is terrible. Day 70, still juicing limes. So I forgot to film this, but basically I blended up graham crackers into tiny powder. Delicious. And since you're doing this twice because you have some sort of crazy death wish, go through all the steps you just did again with the graham crackers. This is your snack for later, or now, or both. Make sure your graham crackers know you fought. You're just gonna wanna dispose of that properly. Like that. To further continue on the crust making quest, you're gonna take your graham crackers that you murdered very brutally in the food processor, and then add about 3 tablespoons of sugar, and I just kinda eyeball it. Excellent eyeballing. Now you're going to melt butter and add butter to that. Another pro tip, do not explode your butter in the microwave because you'll be cleaning it up for the next week. I wasn't eating graham cracker. This is what you want your butter to look like. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Ooh. Don't forget to stir or you won't have any crust. Then you're gonna have a sandy kind of a mixture, like kind of feels like wet sand. Also a great Red Hot Chili Pepper song. And you don't want to get this confused with real sand because pretty sure your crust would taste a little bit different. You're gonna take this and press it into the bottom of a pie pan and then bake it for like 10 minutes to make it like more brown and delicious. Good job, you did it. Your hands are covered in wet sand type thing. but way tastier. You could just eat that if you wanted, honestly. Oh. So your next step is going to be to extract 4 yolks from your eggs. And then you add the zest that we spent hours on into the bowl, and then you take a whisk and whisk them together. That is all. There's nothing else wrong with this shot.
To make peanut butter and jelly graham crackers, first you take graham crackers, then you put jelly on the graham cracker, then you put peanut butter on the graham cracker. And now you have peanut butter jelly graham cracker.
Oh my heavens, what are you doing on my camera? Are you sharing the family secret recipe?
Good luck!
Your next step is to open a can of, wow, hold on. Let's fix my little antlers going on. Okay, you're gonna open up a can of sweetened condensed milk. I'm going to open it. Perfect. This goes, you're interrupting my recipe.
Oh.
Just kidding. So this you're going to pour into this while stirring this at the same time. So approximately like, hold on, okay. Oh shoot. Oh. So then once you're done with that, you put this right there. And then you chase the dogs out of the kitchen because they eat everything that you love. Also, I will link the recipe below. It is from The Reluctant Gourmet. Pour this into your baked crust pan thing. Go like this. Yeah. Then you put the mitt back on because you should not forget that this is very hot. It's already been in the oven. So you're going to pick it up with an oven mitt and put it back in for another 15-ish minutes. Don't be an idiot and don't forget to put the lime juice in. Not that I did that, but I did. Okay, well, we're not gonna talk about it, we're moving on. Patrick's coming in. I didn't do anything. Next step after putting in the milk to the yolks and the zests, put the juice in here. And I definitely did that the first time. Casually burned myself. Great. Might have just burned my hand a little bit. So basically the pies are gonna chill in the oven, the opposite of chill actually, for about 15 minutes. Then they come out and then they go in the refrigerator basically overnight. And that's pretty much it. So it just came out of the oven. This is just an eventful pie making, isn't it? You want it to look like that. And when you push it, it doesn't really wriggle that much. So it might be slightly overdone, but we're not gonna care about that. That is how you make key lime pie. I'm exhausted, a little bit toasty, slightly burned, and ready to go to sleep. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. It was a ride, as per usual. That's my phone letting you know that it agrees. All right, see you tomorrow for the last day of VEDA. Bye! We've got guns, you better run.